Hi, I'm Stacy Pingree, and this is the Legacy Wealth Podcast. I am so excited about our guests today and to share with you a little information about who they are and what they do, the strategy ninjas. This is really exciting, you guys. If AI is not adding units, equity, or hours back to your week, is it a waste of your time? Is it just a toy? So today we're going to talk to the husband and wife team that's figured out how to actually make AI work for you. And this is really exciting for me because you guys were recently guests with one of our mastermind groups, and mind-blowing. So I'm super excited to have you here. Can't wait to share this with our audience. And so with that, hi.
Hi, yes. Well, thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Tell us about you.
Okay, a little bit about us.
Yeah.
We husband and wife team. We've been in business now, probably 10 years, give or take.
Over 10 years, and we're still married.
We're still married.
Yes.
We haven't divorced, or it's not on the radar. And we've learned a lot in that journey of just bringing together our skill sets, and we've just been able to kind of launch into the AI consulting space our last year. That came after we built a company from 2016 to 21. Yeah, we got acquired, and then through that acquisition, we kind of were like, what's next? And we've learned some things in our journey of building businesses that we could help others with. So we started consulting. We were using AI on the back end of our consulting business. And I always share the story where Lisa was teaching ChatGPT classes.
And he thought that was cute.
I thought it was cute. I was
He's
like, oh,
like,
that's
"That's
cool.
cute."
I'm like, that's cool. We're over here building systems for businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
Oh, he had the big job.
Yeah.
He had the big job, and I was teaching cute
It was really
ChatGPT
cute.
classes.
I was like, that's really cute. You're doing that. And
Oh my gosh.
and so I remember
Women
when,
lead the family. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just go. I just had to.
No, it's awesome. I think I didn't realize that there was such a need. And so we had gotten asked in February of this year to speak on AI. And we went in, and sure enough, that was like the catalyst. And we realized, like, oh my goodness, people need help in this space. There's a lot out there. There's a lot of noise. And here we are now helping organizations, individuals, entrepreneurs kind of launch AI and solutions and training as well.
I think it's so cool because when I found you guys, I found Lisa from a referral of a real estate agent that's a great friend of mine too, and she said you've got to see these guys because they just make it. I walked away with something usable. I like literally while I was sitting there built something, walked away with this enhanced Chat GPT, because I don't think people even know, like, we're just getting started here, but they don't even know what we're talking about even in this discussion. It's like how everybody's just using it at this like 1 inch deep when it's a mile deep, and so it was just fascinating to me. Love it. Please tell about your story though. I think knowing who you are, where you guys come from, because I think just transitioning that, even how it's evolved into this company, I'd love to hear.
Yeah.
I'd love the audience to hear.
Lisa, you want to start? You tell it way better than I do. I will add. I'll supplement.
I'll do the shorter version of it.
Yeah.
Well, and actually, sort of our story, there's this underlying theme that has ran through everything we do in the businesses that we run, and it's really like giving people time back to focus on what matters. And what's so interesting about it is, like, we started our transaction coordination company. Part of the reason was so that I could get time back to focus on what matters, because I was selling real estate. We had gotten married, and I was still very early in my real estate career, and I don't do things halfway.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to build an empire, and I'm going to do it quickly. Yeah. So I was working, I was the first one in the office. I was the last one to leave. I was doing showings at 7:00 in the morning. And we had 3 kids combined when we got married, and I convinced him to have more.
I thought it was good. I'll be 45 on Sunday. And I was already like, okay, she's got 1, I have 2. Yeah. Kids will be like 20s. I'm like, oh my gosh, we can enjoy our 40s and like go travel the world. And no.
Wait, so how old is everybody now? How are the kids now?
The oldest ones are 24, 21, 19, and then we have an 11 and 9-year-old.
Oh, okay, so
they're not.
Okay,
we're getting there.
You're still young. You guys look great. You got all the time. No, I mean, I know
we were getting there,
but you did start again.
But we did start. We started over again, which has been amazing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't sell real estate and be a mom. Like, in the way that we wanted to raise our family, we couldn't do it. So I stepped away from selling and got into the TC business. Okay. And I actually was just going to do it as a side hustle. This was going to be my, I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, and I'm actually committing to doing a side hustle. And then this one over here hijacked my business. He came in and he's like, we can turn this into something. He's like, you know what we can do with this? He started running numbers and creating a marketing plan. And I was like, okay, here we go. So it was kind of our accidental baby. And we grew it to 7 figures, 30 employees,
Wow, you
which
guys.
was like, it was phenomenal. But it was one of those things where like you see a need, and when you fill the actual need that's there, you can't help but explode a business.
Yeah.
Like
What a
you
lesson.
can't.
What a great lesson. Okay, I
Yeah.
love it. So that started in the TC space, and then you sold that.
Yeah, and we got acquired in 21, and then we went into, we were actually had somewhat of an identity crisis. For anybody that's ever sold a business, it's weird. It's like who are we now? We've been known for this thing for all these years, and we tried a lot of things out. Our heart and passion's always been with families, so we launched like helping families. We launched a family meeting planner and how to do family meetings and lead your family. And so I would, we launched all these different products and services. And I don't know what else. We did like in a matter of a short 2 years, we were just testing what's working, what's solving problems that are out there, and then we just started helping people like in their businesses, and that kind of, it's our wheelhouse. We've done it. We said, okay, well, let's just do this, and then that's when in the last little bit over a year and a half, the AI stuff started taking off.
Yeah.
We met one of our partners. He's at the company we got acquired. He was the marketing director, and but he's like a world-renowned Web3 artist.
Okay.
So he's been in the blockchain, and so we would always kind of chit chat about AI and stuff. So when he exited the company too, he was like, hey, I think we should like do something together, and I think we could probably help a lot of people within the AI space, and so that started late last year, and then it kind of carried into this year, and that's kind of where we're at now.
Okay, so but back to yours. But I want to hear, because Lisa, you were starting to say, so your side hustle, then your home. Now you have identity crisis. So now, how do you feel about all this? Because were you involved in every part of this of the AI?
Oh, completely.
Okay.
And actually, before Alex got into it, like I said, he said, I started teaching classes because it was like, I can see that this can make a difference for people. Because my heart is always to help people. So, gosh, where do I start with this? It's like such a complex story, but it's not. But even when we had our TC company, one of the things that I notice about service-based businesses is that in order to scale, and people genuinely have a heart to scale, to help more people or to make more money, whatever your motivation is, right? You have to do more, or you have to hire a team who can do more, and they both create different challenges, right? So if you hire a team, what happens when somebody quits? The technician on the team has to take the work back. And so what we sort of discovered through that journey is that we don't want to run a business this way again, like a service-based business. So enter AI. And now with what I've learned and why I had such a heart to go teach it to people is that like this takes away 80% of the back-end work that you have to do. So you can actually scale a service-based business without doing more. You just have to figure out how to do it differently. And it was so eye-opening. So I'm like, you guys have to learn this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm totally intrigued. It's what's got me so excited with my mortgage company. I mean, even the couple little things I've already put in place, it's saving me time. It's saving me hours. And that was my goal for this year, was like clarity and clear out the, get a focus and clear out the noise, real clarity. And it's like, I'm just staying in that lane, and you guys are helping me.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, I mean, I love it. Okay. So, all right. Well, I got to hear a little bit about it. So working as a team, working as a couple, I do think this is really important for people to understand too, because you guys obviously have credibility in what you've done in building a business. I mean, I just even from hearing you talk and understanding what your background has been, but talk about the partnership. Talk about why this is so important about this, having your time, because of obviously creates stress. And, I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Well, I think when I realized I had like a real partner in life was when 2013, I was stubborn enough. I had a heart attack, and at 32, and I was so stubborn I didn't want to go to the hospital. And what was more interesting to me looking back is that she had the kind of the wherewithal to be like, I think we should just go because it doesn't seem right. And in my mind, I'm like, I look back, I don't think most people would have caught on to what was happening. And even when we got to the hospital, because I was having these kind of in and out pain in my chest. And I was like, I think I'm good. The moment we pulled up, she's like, look, we're already here.
Yeah.
We're going in. And I get in there, and sure enough, they're like, hey, you're having a heart attack right now, and we got to get you back. That was, I think, obviously, I was like, okay, I married a good one. And she stayed with a broken one, and now we're here together. So I was like, I think we're good. I think this is going to work out.
Yeah.
And so that was the beginning of, I think, the trust, and because it takes a lot of trust to build something together, you know, and a lot of communication, being open with each other of like when things aren't working, and when they are. I think the statistics are really high for people in business where they eventually married couples where divorce is you're putting your marriage at risk pretty much. And so we put some guardrails in place. We put standards, our values. We started doing family meetings very early on, and those family meetings actually would help us align to the kid, even talking to our kids about what we're doing and why we're doing it. All those things combined, I think if there was one constant, it was over communicating. We just learned how to over communicate from the very beginning, and that was tremendous help. I don't know if you have another perspective on that.
No, 100%. But I think the real key, and where we can either be a powerhouse or we can butt heads. And I can tell you the difference in those moments. It's that if we're not staying in our lane.
Yes, that's
So
good. Yeah, you're right.
we have very different skill sets. And so as long as we stay in our lane and we stay in that skill set, we can be an amazing powerhouse. And if we start to butt heads, which we do sometimes, what I notice is we're kind of changing lanes, and we shouldn't be. And so the key is really figure out what you're good at and just stay there. Don't try to be everything.
Can you share that a little bit? Because I worked with my husband for years, but share what are your lanes? I'm just curious, how that works.
So, what we realized early on was that we go back to have you read the E-Myth before? Okay, so you know the technician, the manager, and then the entrepreneur. I'm a visionary and an entrepreneur at heart. She's a phenomenal technician. So and
manager,
and the management and the blending and I had a long stint in management at when I was at Verizon for many years at managing partner at a very high level. So I also learned I cut my teeth in learning how to actually manage in operations and all those things. Combining those two, I think what we validated was all right, I'm the entrepreneur, you're the technician. This was in the first business, especially in the first business, because she's very task oriented. She can get things done. I just have ideas. I'm like, let's try this. And she's like, okay, let's, but I don't think we can. Yeah. We don't have these systems in place. And then on the management side, we got really good together. So that was what we blended. But we know going into anything, vision, entrepreneurial mindset, and what it takes to move the vision forward rests on me, and then I have to lean on her for the technician side. Yeah. And so we know that about each other, and I don't expect her to run that part of the business, and she kicks me out if I try to be a technician because I'm going to mess it up. I'm not going to go and bake cookies because they're not going to come out well. Yeah. So.
Well, and I think why we work so well together is that Alex will dream, and he'll build an airplane in 2 seconds, right? If he had his way. And I'm the one who's saying, wait a minute, we have to get all of these pieces in place. So if it were just me, I would have trouble launching because I'd be trying to get everything in place before we launch. If it were just him, he'd have a wheel in the air and nothing beneath him.
I love it. Yeah. Have you guys read Rocket Fuel?
No, no.
So it's visionary integrator is the two things that they use, and it's so anyway. That's a book for you. It is almost saying exactly what you are explaining.
Okay. Interesting.
And it's really the visionary just daydreams all day if they don't have an integrator, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who helps. So I totally can relate to that part of it, and so I have to have integrators in my company.
Yeah, yes,
Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're launching a podcast. They're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Here's another idea. Oh no, here Alex comes with more ideas.
Exactly.
It's such a perfect blend, though,
It
because
is.
then you can actually get somewhere, and you get there at a speed that won't break you.
Yeah.
I think what's really important too
very well
is
put.
there's a skill I think we've learned too is how to sell vision and opening and helping other people see the vision for themselves. if I've learned anything in the journey of building, when we built Moncord, which is our previous business, and now building Strategy Ninjas, and helping others, there's when the light bulb goes off for people, like I've done my job in my role. I'm like, okay, you see it now? Because I think sometimes, and I've had people in my life do the same for me, where I don't see it, and they're like, they help me, they illuminate that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is possible now.
Yeah, I see it.
And I think a lot of people, depending on where their propensity is to act in a certain lane, whatever it is, management, using the E-Myth side of things, having somebody like that, like for Lisa, it fills me that I can add that so we can, and then vice versa. If I have something out there on a business side, she can help me implement and actually get it off the ground. We always talk about, we're like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I don't want to do this without anybody else but her. Yeah. Two, I don't know what I would do, go do something else, but we just do everything together. It's just. Yeah.
I love it. I loved when you talked about integrating your family, because we've done that. We've done that with our kids. It was like we made this, great decision to buy a boat down the Caribbean. Don't do that. By the way. But I say that jokingly because we did it, but we did that with our family so that we could enjoy that time together. And we put it in a charter, so it was a business. It was a big tax strategy. There's a whole bunch of things. Yeah. And then it's been an absolute money. We throw money into it. But the memories and all the things we did and created, and we've said to the kids, this is like one of those things where, here's the lesson in this, like it was the right thing to do. But we talked to the kids, do you guys like these vacations still? Yeah, we love them. We're taking them with kid family. So I think getting with your kids and having those discussions about what you're doing, and if you're doing it together, and the commitment it's going to take from you guys, right? Yes. Do you talk about that, the time that it takes to build a business?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is operating in seasons. Yeah. So we used to fight the idea of work-life balance. And it's an interesting concept. I don't know if it really exists, if you're trying to build something together. Everything is blended into the mix of everything. Our conversations, we go to bed talking about it, we wake up talking about it. And we have to be intentional then to take time for ourselves to kind of disconnect. It's not easy. But what we realized when raising the family, and we're blended, not only that, we have the dynamic of a blended family too. Yep. Yeah. So that was early on. It was like, okay, if our kids don't understand what we're doing, they're going to start creating a narrative of dad's always working or mom's always working. And I think it's our job too as parents that we have to kind of create or help them create the narrative as well and give them perspective. So in their minds, because we all have a story of our parents. And growing up, my dad never had a conversation about what he was doing and why and the impact. If I had that, I would have maybe created a different story in my mind that would have been more to the reality of what my dad was doing versus me creating something 30 years later of, well, I saw my dad doing X and this is, I guess, what was happening during the time. For us, when we had our family meetings, we would talk about seasons. We're like, hey guys, next 6 months, we're going to be heads down. We just want you to know. However, this is what we're going to commit to. On the weekends or after a time of X at night, we're going to be all in, be present, and at least give them that so that they're not guessing, why are we working so hard and what are we doing this for? And that's a work in progress. It's not always easy to have those conversations and being honest with your kids about like, hey, dad, for the next 4 months is going to be out of pocket because we're trying to get this thing off the ground, and it takes a lot of energy to do that. And so, but it's been extremely helpful now, especially the older kids. They've now realized. If my son ever sees this, he'll probably hit me for this, but.
And he's like 6'4", so
he's
he
6'4".
could.
My son's 6'4". He's a beast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he goes. We had a tension. And he was about 19, 18, 19. And one day he goes, I just want a simple life. I said, okay, I'm looking at, I'm like, a simple life. Like, I'm looking around like what we have, what we've been able to create. I go, yeah, and I think in his mind, he just thought like the work was to create more things. And it had nothing to do with that. It's like, it had to do with, everything that comes with that, the experiences, the time that we can be present. Because I've been in the corporate world. Yeah. I traveled a lot in the corporate world. And I have friends of mine that are in it today at a very, very at the top echelon of like Fortune 500, and some of them don't even see their kids until the weekend because they're consultants and they have to go from Monday to Friday to their customers. It's for them. I feel for them because that's their choice and that's what they committed to. When he said that to me, I just paused and I'm like, one, he doesn't understand life yet. He doesn't understand what's happening. Well, fast forward a few years, he's out on his own. He comes down to our house to take stuff and brings it. Like,
That's as simple.
I'm pretty sure he has an empty backpack every time he comes. Because he comes and I'm like, why are we out of food and Q-tips? And like, why is this stuff missing?
It's COVID all over again. There's no toilet paper in that.
You know, and
Oh my gosh.
It finally, I think, dawned on him when he was out on his own, like, oh, okay, the simple life comes with a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how you get to the simple life.
Yeah.
Is a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And life isn't simple, actually.
No.
It's not. You know, so anyway, those are all the things that as we see our kids getting older, and they're coming to their awareness of things, like it's pretty cool to see them like come full circle around to be like, okay, man, I appreciate what you guys did for us. You know, all the basketball games, the travel, you were there for every instance of this. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
At least you see it and there's appreciation. All of our older kids, by the way, have come to that, which is like, okay, we've done some things pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
That's a win.
I think it's a huge testimony when you're adult, because I have a 19-year-old now, and it's such a testimony when your adult kids are turning around and go, they're out in the real world. That just happened to me, guys, by the way. Just happened. She just left. But I am just like, she's saying things to me, and Mom, you should come out here and speak. And like, I'm like, excuse me, I'm like, really? You know, just kind of. But it's like it's such a testimony to you guys that they are saying these things to you now, and they see it and they feel it, and it's part of you.
Yeah.
So this is like every single episode, I'm like trying to find where is like the real legacy, right? Because I always say like if we wait until we're like legacy's thought of as this thing we're going to leave behind when we're dead to our kids and our loved ones and whatever, and I'm always like. It's exactly, that's not it, right? That can be it, but for me, it's like the impact we're going to have while we're here, what we can do to make a change, make a difference, and the impact we're going to have here right now, you know, in this moment. And so not only are you doing that at home with your family and that part of it, legacy, but you were talking about like light bulbs going off for people, and I think that I felt that. So I mean, fast forwarding back now to that, you know, how has that evolved for you guys? Because I feel like, you know, so again, back to the business and back to that's so impactful, you know, what you're doing now.
Yeah, we talked about our previous business, which was like Lisa likes to say, the accident baby.
It was totally an accident.
Because of what we as actually the one little detail to that was she was going to do this side gig. Yeah. Just so that we can do an addition. We were in Bellevue, Washington at the time, to the house.
Okay.
That was it. That was all it was going to be. And we're all like, cool, like, yeah, we can use that. Yeah. And she was going to do some work, and it turned into something that we didn't both expect. I feel like we're running that again right now, where we started in consulting, turned into AI trained development, which we're also launching we have another business that we are patent pending on now and ready to launch as well in the next year. And so those are things that have come out of getting reps. And I would say more than anything, especially in the AI space, if you have some grit and resilience of like pushing through, like, because you're learning something very new.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people, interestingly, are like that muscle of perseverance is we're seeing like it's actually not as abundant as I was thinking. People hit a roadblock and they just like, they back off, they quit. And so when you find people that are like all in and they push and they push and they're like, oh my gosh, I finally figured it out. You're like, it's the best feeling for us to see people implement the things we're teaching, use it, and then come back to us and be like, you won't believe what I just did. And we're like, you get it. You know, because some people will try something, be overwhelmed, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I think we're at a time where none of this stuff will solve your business problems 100%. However, if you lean in and you start developing the grit and just persevere to using the tools that are out there from an AI perspective to just solve one small problem in your business. That's where like, okay, if I did that, can I do a little bit, can I solve another one? And before you know it, you now have like a full understanding of how it can be implemented across your life, your organization, helping others, and that's, I think, that what we've walked into, because we were using it just for our business.
Yep.
Then we were helping others, and they're like, oh my gosh, what more can we do? And I feel like now we have a different mindset of expanding on the ideas and being able to implement very quickly, because we've been able to get the reps in and using this new technology in a way that's helpful for us, but also seeing it work in other people's lives.
Well, and I think we have such a different approach, because I'm like every marketer's dream. Like, I've been to every conference, I've bought every course.
Yeah.
Lots of packages used to show up at our house. I've tamed that. But I'm like, ooh, that's fun. I'm like addicted to shiny objects, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm tired of is when I go to conferences and speakers, it doesn't matter what topic it is. Speakers give you all these amazing, like, here's a shiny tool, here's a shiny tool, here's a shiny tool. And you feel good when you leave, but you never do anything with it.
Exactly.
And so our approach with AI, we had to take something completely different. We had to come at it from a different angle, because I don't want people to feel good.
Yeah.
I want you to transform something you're doing so that it makes a difference in your life. And it was so fun, like even the referral to you, like when you shared with me what Crystal had said about us, I was like, oh my gosh, that was back in January, and it still is present in her mind. I met somebody last week, and I'm now the AI girl. Nobody knows my name. Somebody actually put me in their phone as AI girl. I took a picture of it because she's like, I'll just remember you better. I'm like, that's totally fine. But I'll meet them months after they were at a presentation that I did, and they're like, you're the AI girl. Let me tell you how this changed my business. And I'm like, we're making a difference for people that it's going to impact their business, but it also impacts that personal life.
Yeah.
Where you're not just working all the time because you found a way to offset that.
I don't know about you guys, but was there a point? I think there's a lot of people that sat in that room that I was in that say like they're just in a sense of overwhelm, right? And so it's AI is part of it, like or just tools are part of it, just shiny objects are part of it. But I also just feel like in general, right? I mean, it's like every podcast is about like how maximize, get more out of your day and 168 hours in a week. I mean, I'm just like, I don't want more.
Yeah.
I want less.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there was is that what you're feeling?
Yeah, I think what's, unfortunately, because AI is moving so fast that wherever you're getting your information from and those distributing that, I think there's people that are, I think, with honesty, doing their best to just share information because they think it's helpful.
Yeah. So
I'm going to share everything I just know. Use these 15 tools, which, by the way, there's so many. There's probably over 70,000 tools on the market right now. For you to go and every other day there's a new update. It's just impossible, humanly impossible to implement. So
you have to have an AI chatbot just to look at all the AI
to everything.
chatbots.
You do. You literally do. And
man.
So it's good to know, but it's not helpful.
No.
So we take the approach of, we got to remove overwhelm by getting focused. Okay, so what does everybody know right now? ChatGPT, 700 million users. It's like it's going to get to the point where you have Mac or PC.
Yeah.
As like you're going to pick your tribe.
Yep.
And we feel like that's kind of where the direction everything's going. You have Microsoft with theirs. You have Grok. You have Anthropic, Claude, and then you have OpenAI, which is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
If you can lean into one and get really good at one, you start to understand that most of the other platforms actually have very similar features. They work almost the same. They have their nuance, but you can then detect what the nuance is once you know one really well. And not just for those 4, but for, let's say, the other 15 tools that get birthed out of whatever that are relevant to your business and your industry, you can now go and say, most of them have this similar style of interface and functionality that the main platforms have. They just wrappered them up differently. So now if you can understand that, you're like, okay, I can have a strategy for implementation because I understand how one tool works. And now I know why or why not I'm going to implement another. That's what a lot of people are not talking about. They would rather overwhelm you, because if you overwhelm someone with a lot of information of tools, you look like an expert. If I can tell you 15 tools right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But then you go into the meat of like what they would teach you, and we've been part of these. They don't know because they've never even fully implemented those 15 tools.
Yeah.
It's very still surface level stuff. So the use case for the business is still not relevant.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people I think are at and struggling with right now.
Yeah. I mean, what's one way you guys use AI? I mean, give me a deeper, like, what's one way you guys use AI? Let's give an example.
So you want to go first?
Yeah, I use it very differently, I think, than Alex does. I use it for a lot of content generation, but not like, here's a social media post. It's more like I write probably 3 or 4 different newsletters for our company every week, but then I also help clients write those newsletters, to where I'm using AI to do all of the research. I helped someone create a newsletter yesterday, and she's like, this would have taken me 10 hours to gather all this research. I'm like, I know. Like, that's the power behind this. And to your point of like, I don't want to do more.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to, right?
Yeah.
Where we encourage people to start with AI is like, what are you doing right now? How do we incorporate AI into that to reduce the amount of time it takes you to do that? Then when your time's freed up, you have a choice.
Yeah.
If you want to do more, if you're somebody like that, go do more. If you don't, enjoy your life, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Exactly.
So start where you are. Like, don't try to do something new just because it's available and you can.
That's the gold right there for me. What she just, I mean, those are the things I feel like everybody thinks this is the thing that they're going to do something new and something more with. And I'm like, no, you need to think of this as your, you guys were the first ones that ever said, this is your administrative assistant.
Yeah.
This is your, whatever business
whatever
you're
roles,
in. Whatever roles you want to give it.
Yeah.
And so now I would love to hear, how are you using it?
So we use it, or I use it specifically for strategy. So whenever we have a client and we're trying to strategize on how we're going to meet the challenge or build the business solution for them, ChatGPT or Claude or any of the other tools they're like my consultant.
Yeah.
So I'm leveraging them as a persona, as a consultant, to help me understand how to better serve the client. I would say that's probably 60% where I have a partner with me every single day. Other than that, then it's operationalizing process for us and streamlining that. So in our own business, we have a handful of tools that we use. So we leverage AI to then create the process efficiency. So if it's, for example, we have like a chat bot that will answer our incoming calls, book the call, schedule it, and answer questions and FAQs. From that process forward, call gets done, it gets routed into our CRM, and then we're able to now process that and then turn on a workflow. What is the workflow? It could be the follow-up, the campaigns, all those things, right? So our goal is to automate as much as we can of the things we're already doing. That frees me up as an entrepreneur to focus on the vision stuff. So through that, we've been able to now work on our next kind of launch company that's coming out. I would not have had the time to do that if I was all in, trying to still manually do the things that now AI is as my partner and my automator. I mean, they're everything. My operation, they operationalize the tools I use. Help me operationalize better, and it enables me to do more with the other things we need to launch and get off the ground.
So then here's the next question. What are your goals? Because I'm interested here to know what your goal is for, like, how big of an operation this becomes. Does it become, Stacy, you two, and it's John too, right?
I'm John.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
So it's you, the three of you guys. And that's it.
And
I have one more question.
Sort
Is Tisha real, or is she actually?
Do you know how many times Trisha gets asked if she's real? So many people respond and they're like, but the question is Trisha real? And she's like, yes, I'm definitely real.
Oh my
she's
gosh,
real.
That's so funny. Okay. All right.
She is a real partner or employee of ours. But we have a team of 9.
Okay.
We have developers on the back end and those that help us implement. And then we have staff. We hired our 19-year-old to do inbound.
Awesome.
No, she does outbound, sorry. So we'll do an event and then we're like, you want to make more money? Well, we'll give you a base. And then she's out there calling to answer questions that people had about the event and what the next step is. So she's getting a skill, like she's building a skill set on being rejected on the phone and all this. all the fun stuff that comes
The
with that.
skill set there is.
Yes. And she's doing amazing with that. And then we have us three are really John's he's a creative, that visionary, and she's like the technician side. So that helps us. But what this is going to be, it's interesting. I don't know if January 1 of this year, I could have said, we're doing this right now. I don't know.
Funny, isn't
it's
it?
moving so fast that the product we're launching will be within the real estate space. So I think, we're building a pipeline right now with that will eventually become an audience that we can then approach with the solution. But at the same time, we really enjoy training development. I don't know if even 5-6 months ago we would have said, I think we're like a legitimate consultancy agency, but a training development company now.
Okay.
And we're
Cool.
building into that for going into organizations. We've now, our largest client was $1 billion market cap, 700 employees global that we help train.
Yeah.
And we've done, we just landed another telematics company that's asked us to come in and train their company. And so.
And are you doing like process optimization where you say, here's what AI can
Yeah, we'll go
enhance?
in and do like those are more like custom accelerators like we're doing, but we'll customize it specifically for an outcome that they want. So we'll use, you're going through it right now, so we'll use probably 70% of what we do.
Yeah.
And then the 30% is the client's use cases that we want to kind of hone in on so that it's relevant to the audience.
Okay, got it.
I have a simple answer to how big does this get?
Yeah.
We want to be the thought leader in this space.
Okay.
Like that's how big this.
Oh my
needs to
gosh,
be.
it started here.
Yeah.
And
It
it started
It did.
right here.
Yes, right here. I love it.
I feel it. I mean, I feel you guys are hitting I'm just saying, it was for anybody who's out there looking for a consult, like you said, training and leadership in this right now. I mean, you guys are it. I mean, you are really it. So, all right. I know, actually we're like getting to the end of our, because you guys actually have to jump on your AI accelerator and start this thing. Anything you want to leave, any leave behinds? Because I know we covered so much. Thank you. I think you guys, it was brilliant. It's so brilliant what you guys have done and what you're doing right now. I can't wait. I'm only in week 1 of the accelerator course right now, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss today's because it'll be recorded.
Sure. Yes,
It
of
will be
course, of
recorded.
course. Yeah.
Okay. But I have so many ideas already for it that I keep thinking about. Yeah. So anyway, I want to go further and further with this. What's the one thing you guys want to leave behind? I mean, as far as like, this is about a legacy and impact. I love that. What you just said is a great leave behind. You are the thought leader in it.
I'm glad that you leveled up on that last
she's there.
response.
No, I mean, I know where we're going to be.
Wow, that's good.
Like,
We didn't talk about that. That's good to
didn't
know.
plan that on
maybe
All right.
I'm becoming the visionary.
No,
Yes.
I think you're there. I think you're there.
I like it.
I would say this for going through the heart attack. I'm at the age now where like all of these, procedures have to be done at a certain age so that you're good, right? I actually have one coming up that I'm not looking forward to. If you have a family, don't let work consume you.
Yeah.
I think that I've fallen into that at times, and time is moving really fast right now in my life, and I'm more aware that I gotta slow down. I looked at like my Winston's our 9-year-old, and I remember him when he was, and all of a sudden he's like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is our older kids. I'm trying to remember like a lot of their growing up, and I feel I was so heads down in my 20s, 30s that I don't remember a lot of it.
Don't have memory.
It's weird,
I know.
and
It's scary.
it is scary. And so I'm really like, we talk about a lot. I think it's good to build, it's good to grow, but we're going to leave with nothing. I think your family matters if you have family, and be present.
Yeah.
Try to be present amongst all the amazing things you're doing.
Yeah.
Find that. If you can find that, I think you win.
Yeah.
So that's my
I love
takeaway.
it.
That's my takeaway.
I love it. I love it. Lisa, anything to add? She's like, we're going to be number 1.
No, when it comes to like the life piece and really like the legacy that you leave behind, I think the thing I would want to leave behind is like, stop trying to find work-life balance and figure out how to integrate it so that you don't have this internal battle all the time of one or the other. Because that's, I mean, we're hiring our kids and we bring our kids into the business and we're training our kids how to do AI. They love to play pranks on each other with AI. So we need to train
We
them
have a funny one
differently.
we'll show you. We'll actually show you offline. You'll get a good laugh.
Oh my gosh, our girls went too far.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my gosh.
but I think it's like figure out how to integrate your entire life because we no longer live in a time where people go to work and then come home. It's all the same. So stop fighting it and figure out how to make it work together.
Yeah, that's great.
God, I learned so much from you guys today. That was amazing. The seasons I love. I really love that. We used to say it when the babies were little, right? You'd say, I'm in the season of like this right now, but it's so true. Even it never changes. I mean, you're always in seasons, right? Different seasons. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
love everything you're doing. I'm so excited to help, put this out into the world with you, and we'll be involved. So
Awesome.
hopefully we're going to be a lot. We'll be on. You'll be on again.
Yes.
And I'll have to pay for you because you'll be really big time at that point.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but thank you so much, guys, for being
Thank
here.
you.
It was awesome. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in this, which I know you are, everyone is, so you will be. But all of the links for how to get in touch with the Strategy Ninjas will be below in the notes below, and also, we'll make sure all the contact information is there. But this is not just for real estate space; it's for really anything now.
It is, yeah.
So anyway, it's out there for you. So go get it.